All right, we are at the start of week 3, June 23rd to June 29th. And I did a lot listing wise. I'm going to go through my little diary here for you. So on Friday, I implemented my secret sauce method number 1 on all the listings. I attached Aweber to the shop to get buyers on the list. And I also created like my email list that I'm going to be promoting in multiple places. I got 9 listings updated that day with the kind of secret sauce method number 1 and turned on the ads for those 9 listings at 1:40 in the afternoon. I set the budget to $25 daily and I was going to check them at 5. So then the next day, I actually forgot to check them at 5, but it's because they weren't moving very much. So Saturday, I got my second sale, and bad news, I got hit with that payment reserve as usual, which Etsy even put into their criteria for the payment reserve. They said if you make your first sale, you're getting a reserve. It's BS. It's complete baloney. I don't know why they're doing it. Well, I think I know why, because Etsy is trying to keep their cash on hand as long as possible. Well, your cash on hand as long as possible. Whatever, that's fine. The payouts are still coming on digital, so it's very bizarre. I think Etsy's software and systems and how they run things is still based on the handmade world, where an order comes in and then the seller has to actually make it and then ship it and then provide a tracking number. But with digital, there's no tracking number, and Etsy knows that. So it's like the money's flowing through anyway. It's really weird. I'm going to have to investigate this further, but on a payout level for digital shops, I don't even think the payment reserve matters. Now, on a marketing and getting any kind of traction in the organic listing results on Etsy, I do believe payment reserves matter big time. And I think if it's my shop with a payment reserve versus another similar shop without a payment reserve, I think that other shop is going to be in better standing with Etsy, so they're going to get better traffic, which kind of stinks. But anyway, I'm just going to keep plowing forward. I'm not stopping just because of a payment reserve. There's no reason for it, besides Etsy is trying to either clamp down on fraud big time from new fraudulent attempts, not from real sellers. But then when they put a shop that's 2, 5, 10 years old onto a payment reserve, it makes me really wonder what they're doing. So on Saturday, I added 5 new listings. So I got up to 63 listings. Sunday, I got the 3rd sale. I didn't list anything, but the sale was weird because the person bought it, but when I went to look at the order status, it said that it's not available for download. So I actually messaged the buyer and I said, I don't know what's happening here. I did some research. Apparently the buyer's payment didn't go through. So it ended up, which you'll see on Monday, that order got canceled, which sucks. So I hadn't really run into that much before, but apparently if somebody makes an order and the payment doesn't work, of course, then Etsy's gonna try again. And they tried again and it didn't go through. So the seller, I contacted them again and they said, yeah, for some reason it won't go through. I don't know why. I'm just going to move on. I was like, that's weird. So I don't know if that's a stolen credit card thing, possibly. I do know on my membership site, I get hit all the time with a bot that tries to plug in fake credit card numbers, or stolen credit card numbers, I should say. And it's trying to find the one that'll get through my payment processor. So then they know, they buy 10,000 of them on the dark web, and they go to a membership site like mine with their bot, and they try and plug in to figure out which ones work and which ones don't. So it's awful. I mean, I've blocked so many IP addresses and attempts and cleared out my database and tried everything, CAPTCHAs and all that, and nothing will stop people from stealing, put it that way. So Monday, the payment didn't go through. Like I said, first time I saw that. I added 12 new listings though. So the total listings is 75. Tuesday, got another sale. Yay. I added 15 new listings. So now I'm up to 90. And then, so Wednesday, it canceled again. And I don't know why this is doing this. So weird. I had 2 that canceled. So I'm thinking it is this stolen credit card thing where they're trying to get these orders to go through for tiny amounts because it is a pretty low amount. But anyway, I'm not going to let that stop me. Changed ads to run at a different product since the first batch wasn't getting any volume at all. So I'm still at $25 per day, but I'm not spending even close to that. I'm spending like $1 a day. It's really weird. So 10 new listings just added. Also added in my secret sauce method number 2 today. And I got to a milestone. So it's 100 listings hit on Wednesday, which is good. That's really good. And you might be thinking, how the heck are you listing these things so fast? Well, you got to remember, what takes me like 2 minutes to do might take somebody else like an hour. But that's just because I've been doing it so long and I've got all the experience and I don't even have to think about a checklist anymore. I just go and do it and I have all my screens. I have 3 screens set up and I'm like, bing, bang, boom, gone. Bing, bang, boom, gone. Like it's really, I do things really fast. Once, it's kind of like practicing, right? Like my little girl, I taught her to ride her bike the other day and as soon as I took the training wheels off, I had to run beside her. And it was super slow and I couldn't, it took her a while and she wiped out a couple times and like really did a good scrape on her knee and elbow. But I said, just get back up, you're gonna be fine. We'll put a Band-Aid on it. Next day she got back on it and I was walking beside her, running beside her again. But this time I would let go. And she would go a little bit and then she didn't even realize that she was riding the bike by herself. And it was amazing. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't, from like that driveway to that driveway on the sidewalk, I wasn't even with you. You didn't even know. And so I was giving her tips like look up, look down the road, don't look at me, don't turn sideways. As soon as you turn your handlebar, you're gonna wipe out, because she was really going like this on it. And you gotta remember, this is my 5th kid that I've taught to ride a bike. So I can pass that knowledge on to her real quick and get her up to speed real quick. By day 3, we had gotten her going. And she was like all the way from my house down like half a block down and back on the sidewalk, of course. And I said, okay, now that you can do that, let's go on a big ride. So day 4, we went on a big ride from here to school and back. And what I forgot was that she knew how to ride a bike, but she didn't know how to turn a bike. So I said, once you get to the pathway, there's 2 yellow poles sticking out of the ground, go in between them, that's the pathway. Don't like miss it. So she tried to turn and she had never turned before because the sidewalk is straight that she learned on. And she clipped it and fell into the grass and she was crying for a second. Then she said, I'm okay. So we went up and then I said, oh yeah, I got to teach her how to turn. So we spent 20 minutes teaching her how to turn left and teaching her how to turn right. And then I said, do you know how to use the brakes? And she said, what are brakes? And I was like, okay, so all this stuff in my head that I'm like natural, don't even think about when I'm riding my bike, it's brand new to her. So it's the same thing with listings. When I get a question saying, how the heck do you do that so fast? I don't even think about it anymore. It's so easy for me to do it that it's just a matter of putting blinders on and going and doing it. That's it. Okay. So that's kind of my little side story. Anyway, 100 listings is a big milestone. When you hit that, you know you're on your way. So I am getting, sales are starting to come. The momentum, I can feel it building. It's nowhere near where I want it to be, but I'm only on week 3. Like I'm already getting sales. I'm making a little bit of revenue. Yes, I'm in the hole, but that's what happens when you start up, because there's listing fees, there's marketing fees, there's all these transaction fees and blah, blah, blah that you have to go through, but you just keep fighting through. So yesterday, what I did is I had the listing shut off. I turned them back on for $25 a day. This time I said, I'm gonna run a little test here because I don't usually do this on my established stores, but I'm starting up. So I said, I'm gonna run 25 bucks per day on all my products, on all 100. And it wasn't really spending. So I needed something to kickstart it, and I figured this would work. And then I said, I'm gonna go back in a day, which hasn't even happened yet. It's gonna happen in, 30 minutes from now. But I did go back at 5:40 p.m. Yesterday, and I checked, and I had an order. And the order, they bought 3 things. And it was 3 things that they bought, so I made $3. So you can figure out one of my strategies, right? On 96 cents spent. That's a very good thing. I will take that all day long. If I spend 96 cents and make $3 back in revenue, even after my fees and the relisting fees and all that other stuff, I'm still in profit. So I would spend like $2,500 a day if I'm in profit. So this is a really, really, really good sign. There's my stats. I had like 1 order, which I bought 3 things. 4 clicks, $3 revenue. Even my cost per click is really decent. Like, I'm not worried about that. I know on Google, when I run Google ads, I'll pay like $1.20 per click. And on here, I'm paying like 30 cents per click. I'll take that any day. So at that time when I checked it, I typed in my diary here, like the journal. The question is, should I shut off ads or let them run a bit more? I'm gonna let them ride because I don't mind. It's fine. I'm gonna set my timer for 2 hours on my phone, and I'm gonna come back and check them. That's something that you can do too. If you're running ads and you're a little uncomfortable about it, literally pick up your phone and say, set timer for 2 hours. And it will go off in 2 hours. That's when go to your computer, go to your phone, whatever you're using, and check your ads and see what the stats are. So at 7:44, I checked them, and I really had no more spend. Like, there was a couple more impressions, or views, but there was no spend. So then I'm like, okay, another 2 hours, no more clicks, didn't know what's up. Then I checked at 11:44, and there was actually, I forgot to update this. I was tired. I think I had just watched a movie. This was still no more clicks. So I don't know what happened, but it seems like it stalled out. And I didn't make any other changes. So, I mean, the good part is I had done 10 more listings, so now I'm up to 110 listings on the shop. But the bad part is it's not spending my money. So I'm gonna do some research on this, do some experiments, maybe narrow down my products a little bit based on, it's funny because the products that are getting the clicks are the products that I have the fewest listed of at this point, because I didn't think they would do as well as the other ones that I have. So it's kind of weird. So running ads gives you data. And when you have data, you can go back in and make adjustments. And you can say, if I'm focused on this particular product sub-niche, but it's not working, well, let's go over to this particular product sub-niche under my store umbrella, and let's focus on that for a bit, because that one is getting attention. That one is getting searches. That one is getting clicks. That's where I need to be. So I think paid ads, it's more than just bringing in revenue. It's also bringing in data, and data that you can use on where you should be heading next. And not only that, you can actually see the searches that people are typing in for it. So let's go to the old spreadsheet. So weekly, we're at week 3, 110 listings. So listings per day. Oh, I forgot to do that. What was that? That's divided by 7. I gotta fix that number. It's not 15 per day. That's total listings. So let's go like this. Plus that divided by 21. There. Plus that divided by 14. There. That's better. So if I'm at the end of week 3, I have 110 listings. That's 21 days. So listings divided by 21. Listings per day is averaging 5.24 now. That's better. Views 114. Visits 75. Orders 2 for $5.40. Now my fees, I actually went to the all-time number and I subtracted all the previous fees for it to figure that out. So I'm at $19 in fees there. I did a lot of listings. Marketing was $7.67. Profits still down, which is fine. All-time numbers, all-time listings 110, all-time views 320, all-time visits 183, all-time sales $6.39, all-time fees $39.72, all-time marketing $28.05, and so down $59.53. And my changes here, listings 69% up. Views are down, visits are down, orders are, that should be up. I gotta work on this page. I don't think I'm doing it right. Sales are up 123%, fees 35% from, I think that's compared to last week. Yeah. Marketing is down 85%. Net profit is down 44%. That page I gotta work on because it doesn't look right to me. This is the overall important page. So week 3, there's my revenue. There's my percentage of goal. I'm almost at 1% of my goal, I guess, for revenue, but it's gonna take a while. So I'm doing this to hold myself accountable to you and to show you like what it takes to get there. Let's look at my screenshots. So here is the visits, orders, conversion rate, revenue. That's for the week. And then this is a monthly statement so far. Okay, so you can see my fees are like my biggest expense. Listing fees and relisting fees. Marketing, $28, not much. Sales, $824. My all-time numbers seem to be off. There's all-time. $824. I think sales is including taxes. All-time, 183 visits, 3 orders. Conversion rate 1.6%, revenue 6.39. That's where I got the revenue number from. Is off the stats page and then all time. And then listings there, I'm at 110. My ads, so I had for the week I had 18 clicks, 1 order, $3 revenue, $581 spent. So I'm actually down in ads compared to revenue compared to spend. But I was running a couple experiments anyway, and it's not really spending what I wanted to spend, so I got to figure that out too. Anyway, that is my update for the week. Now what? I mean, I need to start making some sales, but I'm also well aware that it's a marathon, not a sprint. So I hope that's one thing that you're going to take away from this, that starting a new shop doesn't guarantee you're going to be making tons of money right away. You're not. In fact, 3 weeks in, a lot of my listings probably aren't even like fully into the Etsy database yet. And Etsy's algorithm is ignoring me because I'm a new shop. And not only that, I got a payment reserve. So I got all these things working against me, but it's something that I'm prepared for. I know that's going to happen. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep doing my listings. I'm going to read the data I have. I'm going to make adjustments on some tags too, because I've seen some tags come in through the search beta analytics and through the ads analytics and the ads searches for that product. You can see the exact searches. I'm going to be making some adjustments there, and I think it's going to, those little tweaks are going to help. Plus, I still have a couple more things on my sleeve. So we're on our way. We'll see you in the next update. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and let me know in the comments if you've started your own store too and you're kind of going to come along with me. All right, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.